Welcome to the Cold Summer Podcast. 30 more seconds.
I'm about to get comfortable. We don't consistently do what we do. Talking is talk, walking is walk. I'm about to get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable. Oh, they don't like that. Cause I'm here and ain't going nowhere. I'm about to get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable. We don't consistently do what we do. Talking is talk, walking is walk. I'm about to get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable. Oh, they don't like that. Cause I'm here and ain't going nowhere.
The question for me is, can I play without cheating this game? The day I can't give the game everything on the floor is the day I'll be done. Lucky for you guys, that day is not today.
Welcome to the Cold Summer Podcast, baby. We right back at it. Let's do it. Just straight into the intro, straight into the show. Let's do it. Let's go.
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube world,
Audio
YouTube
Jungle.
land? I am Jay Jones, and
It's gonna be a cold summer.
welcome to the Cold Summer Podcast. Now, I got to talk a little bit low because I'm in the basement, and I got the kiddos. They sleep, but we still go run the show today. Got a lot to say. A lot has came through these YouTube streets, while I was working today and
Audio Jungle.
seeing some things with Mark Zuckerberg. I'm sure y'all probably heard about that, right? Mark Zuckerberg and being pressured by the Biden-Harris administration for censorship. I heard something else about a lady talking about the migrants out there in Denver and how they took over an entire apartment complex. Just a lot going on. And I just gotta, how do I say it? Yeah, we'll get into it. It's gonna be a really good show. We'll touch on the Mark Zuckerberg. Also, I seen that Kamala Harris has taken another policy. From Donald Trump. She's trying to take his border policy. The border policy. The border that she said that was his vanity project, and she was, it was just a waste of time and a waste of money. And even Tim Walz said let's give him about 2.5 months ago, Tim Walz had said that if Donald Trump builds the wall, he would get a bulldozer and tear it down. And then all of a sudden, Kamala Harris has a border policy similar to Trump's. This is pretty
Audio Jungle.
evident that this campaign is literally just running and winging it the entire way. But I want to talk about a little bit of this on the Cold Summer Podcast. This is a late night live stream, so there's really no rules really right now, right? I'm going to run my show, but, as y'all come through, I say what's up. And if, we get somebody that wants to come up or maybe talk, I love to drop the link. I like dropping the link and having discussions, but the liberals never really want to talk. They all want to get behind the keyboard and say what they want to say, but never articulate their feelings or thoughts and really are confident behind that. But I like to drop the link once in a while. But yeah, man, pretty interesting. Also, before I get into the show, I gotta say that the political landscape is changing. Ever since the Democratic National Convention was over, I've been noticing a little bit more defensive media, right? RFK endorses Donald Trump, and then literally a couple days later, Tulsi Gabbard endorses Donald Trump. Both were Democrats. And it's quite funny that Mark Zuckerberg is now speaking out at this time as well. No, he has not endorsed any candidate, but it is funny that he is pointing to the Biden Harris administration for the censorship. The timing seems to be a little bit impeccable. I'm starting to see the chips fall for the Democrat Party after the Harris Walls honeymoon. Even real Democrats are starting to ask questions like, okay, Kamala, we need to know more about your policy, right? Like the actual Democrats are saying this. And they're saying that she's been in selected for over 30 something days and not one interview. And she said she was going to do one at the end of the month. Well, guess what? Today's the 27th. She did a sit down with Tim Walz. So, and the debate debacle, like, it's just, you know what? It's really starting to be seen that this campaign is not as polished as you guys want to believe. It's falling apart like bad bread. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Ordis in the building. Shout out to you. He says, oops, let me bring this up a little bit. It says hundreds of millions of dollars she now wants to spend less than a year after the Biden-Harris regime threatened to sue Texas for the makeshift border. Yes, they tried to sue Texas back in January when they were trying to find a way to stop people from crossing the border. And then I think the Supreme Court or, the Harris administration sued Texas because they said it was inhumane. Well, they're trying to do something about the situation and they don't want you to do anything. So, it's just quite funny. This whole political race is funny because you're starting to see Democrats come over to Trump, and they're not coming over to Trump because they have to like the guy, but they're coming to him because they know that he actually has a plan and a policy. And then you have another end that has absolutely no purpose for trying to run the United States. And people are scared because they know that these folks don't have a plan. Right? Someone just sent me a text message of a proposal of what the Harris Walls campaign would look like if they were to implement whatever economic policy they have, which they don't have one yet, other than trying to give people $25,000 for housing. They're trying to build 3 million homes, which is great, which is all coming from the Federal Reserve and printing money. They're trying to do price gauging, which is going to cause hyperinflation. So they have this poll, which I think was on MSNBC, that shows a positive for them and then a negative for Trump. But I said, I guess you guys forgot that Trump actually ran the country and Harris is actually in the country right now.
Audio Jungle.
Am I missing something here? Like, these are not two candidates, or this is not a candidate who hasn't ran and actually ran the country. We have evidence of what he's been able to do. This is why most people in the polls, this is why Trump is leading when it comes to the economy. This is why even most people trust Trump with the economy more than they trust Harris. He's like at high 40% and she's at the low 30%. That's clear black and white. He knows what to do when it comes to policy and running the United States like a business and getting it done. She doesn't. She has worked at McDonald's and then she's always been she's been a politician. She doesn't know about how to run a business. But anyways, someone sent me that and I said, these are proposals. Proposals don't tell you the full story. And then on this proposal, it said Project 2025. So it said Harris Walls just by itself. And then it says Trump, Vance, Project 2025. Project 2025. Like, really? That's the propaganda of the media. Like, they just put Project 2025 in there, and that's already been talked about. We already understand that is a think group from the conservative side, right? It's not his people. These are conservative groups, and also it's funded by a PAC. Your MSNBC is not telling you it's funded by a political action committee. And at the very bottom of the page, it says they are not endorsing any candidate or party. It's a PAC. Donald Trump's page says Agenda 47 with videos of him talking about what he's going to do. And at the very bottom of the page, it says paid for by Donald J. Trump. I've already covered this on my live stream. So whenever people keep mentioning Project 2025, I already know you're not informed. You're not informed because you keep saying the same thing and you haven't read the 900 pages. You're going off of what the media is telling you. I guarantee it. Not one person has read that document. And they have scared people into a corner, and they're like, oh, Project 2025, oh my God. You're in Project 2024 right now with Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, who's somewhere in California on his third vacation. Like, guys, think about it. You're talking about Project 2025. You're in Project 2024 right now, and it's a disaster. It's a disaster. All right. I'm supposed to be easing into my segment. So let me read what Order said. Order says, Trump ran it like a business. Harris wants to run it like a politician. Yeah, she's just going to keep the wars going, keep the money funding. And then everyone, you know what? I've said this before, but I just really believe people, well, forget it. People don't care. People have been scared into voting against Trump so bad that they don't even care what this lady is going to do. All right. Like, this lady is literally going to run this country way worse than what it is right now. All right. She has no plan, right? This is why she wants to have a debate with notes. She wants to have a debate with notes, and she wants to sit down. If my candidate was asking for that, I would say, man, this dude is not ready, or she is not ready. She's going to get cooked on that September 10th debate. There's no notes. You're supposed to believe in the policies that you have set out. You don't need notes to try to tell you what to say. That's been her problem this entire time. Her entire time, she's been reading teleprompters, and she's been able to practice because she's a fake and she's a fraud. She flip-flops on her policies. She finds out what Trump is doing, and then they try to implement the same thing. She's trying to be more in the middle when she's far left. This is why she hasn't had an interview, not one time, because if she starts talking, she's going to say what she really believes, and it's going to mess up her campaign. She doesn't, the whole fracking thing, she doesn't believe in that. She doesn't believe in trying to secure the border when there's clear evidence out of her own mouth from 2019. They had footage from 2020 of her talking about the border in a negative way and not wanting to continue that border. And all of a sudden she's for it, man. And this is the thing, they will fall for anything. They have been so scared. They believe that Donald Trump is going to come to their front door and terrorize them every single day. Every day. That they will literally vote for these communist, socialist folks who want to, have your kids being transgender and punish you for not, supporting them. And they are literally looking to price gauge, which has already caused inflation. It's so many bad things on that side. They don't care because they just don't want Trump in for another 4 years. They just don't want Trump in. Like, man, you put y'all pride to the side and understand that he's better for the country when it comes to running it like a business. And that's it. Like, I get that. Get y'all Trump deranged. That's what it is. It's Trump derangement syndrome to the highest degree. I've had conversations where the word Trump cannot be said because when you say Trump, it's like, oh my God, you can't say a word. And if you say something positive about Trump, they're like, oh, okay, that's your guy, huh? I'm just telling the truth. All right. Yeah, bro, he's on his third vacation, bro. And I don't get into my first video. I'm sorry. Y'all watching this on a replay and you trying to get straight to the topics. I like to ease it in. Listen, man, Biden, he's on his second vacation. They said he went to California, got off the plane, and went to Delaware. Who in the hell is running this country? Like,
Audio Jungle.
so y'all got Kamala Harris out here just running her campaign, which she's only going to one state, which is Georgia. Meanwhile, Trump is hitting up all the Midwest. So she's running a campaign, and then Biden is on vacation. So, and then it's so funny. It is so funny to me. This is why I think that most of the Democrats are like sheep, because you don't even ask a question on like, where's Biden? The candidate that they threw away, they literally went with the media, and the media told them that this was a great thing that he did. He tried to save the country. They threw away Joe Biden, your candidate, the guy that got 81 million votes and who got voted in from the primaries, got washed away, and they told you who to rock with next. And y'all had no questions. Y'all don't even care about Joe Biden. That party, I'm telling you, that party is just destructive. Stage 4 TD, it's Trump derangement syndrome, bro. I think we need to make a stage 5. I think a stage 5 is the point of no return. I think stage 4 is just about there. That's like never Trumper stage. And then stage 5 is just like no matter what, they hate Trump. All right. My bad. I'm supposed to be getting on over here. So let me see if I'm going to play this one. You know what? I'm not going to play this one. I think we'll get straight into it. Just get straight into it. I'll save this for a different video. Got me warmed up already. All right. Let's talk about Plies. Let's talk about Plies, because I seen it a little bit on Black Conservatives page. It was like maybe a few seconds, and I said, you know what? I don't even want to see the rest of it. Let me give a live reaction to it. So let's see what Plies said.
Just real quick, but to everybody who, especially the ones who look like me, and the men who look like me, who quick to, if Kamala want my vote, she need to explain herself to me what she gonna do for the black people. Listen, stop asking a motherfucking black woman to explain themselves to you, or explain themselves to y'all. If y'all ain't willing to ask a motherfucking white man, then motherfucking explain himself. Y'all cool with the white man not explaining his motherfucking self to you. Oh, the motherfucking black, she need to.
Hey, yo, your boy Plies. Donald Trump has been taking interviews every single week. Him and JD Vance have been answering questions and on the campaign trail every week. They've been campaigning for quite some time. So they are answering questions. This dude sound dumb.
Explain herself to me what she gonna do for the black community. She want my...
Listen, bro, I don't understand why black folks don't get this. When people are running for the United States, they're not running for our community only. You've seen what happened with Barack Obama. It was not just for us. We need to figure out how we can benefit from the rules, from the laws that they put out in the legislation, so that we can win for our family. It is not about what are they going to specifically do for black people. They may not do nothing, but you need to find out how you go win, make some money, and man, you know what I'm saying? Close that generational gap. That's why everybody got to do something for y'all.
My vote, she need to explain herself. You ain't motherfucking asking the white man to explain his motherfucking self. You too motherfucking scared to ask him. Motherfucking somebody need to explain something to y'all. Well, she been in the office already 3.5 years. Why she ain't do all the things she said she was gonna do? Cause she ain't the motherfucking president. That's why.
So she has no say so, huh? I bet you she ain't know that Joe Biden was cognitively declining, huh? Right? Man, she up there making decisions.
When you go to the motherfucking Mike Don, that lady that's the motherfucking manager, she don't get to do what the fuck she want to do. She might can give you some motherfucking fries, but that's about it.
This guy's an idiot.
Some free motherfucking fries. That's about all she can motherfucking do. But she can't change the price of that motherfucking quarter pound up there. Or that motherfucking Big Mike. That ain't that motherfucking lady White House. She just like the motherfucking man. You motherfucking fall in line. Now, if you can get some motherfucking free fries out every now and again, you get some motherfucking free fries out. But y'all motherfucking know this. Most of y'all. But y'all just want something to motherfucking say. Now, if she was the motherfucking president and didn't do something, then that's a whole different motherfucking ballgame.
No, it's not. No, it wouldn't. Y'all wouldn't care. Y'all go vote for her because she a black woman. All this identity politics stuff. Y'all don't care.
And the same motherfucker who the motherfucking black woman need to explain this. Y'all the same motherfucker when Barack was running. He wasn't motherfucking black enough for you neither. And a lot of y'all, I done figured out what y'all getting confused. Y'all don't even want motherfucking black. Y'all want ignorant. That's what you motherfucking want. A lot of y'all think ignorant mean black. And that's why some of you motherfuckers like Trump, because he's motherfucking ignorant. Yeah. But I'm here to motherfucking tell you, everybody black ain't motherfucking ignorant. And everybody white ain't motherfucking smart. So put that in your motherfucking pipe and motherfucking smoke it.
This right here, man.
Audio Jungle.
Oh my god. This dude is a complete idiot. Oh my god, Plies is a complete idiot. This is why every time Plies came out with something, everybody was laughing at him. Plies, you sound like an ignorant, uninformed voter. Ignorant, uninformed person talking about politics. See, the reason why she has to explain herself is because she's a politician. She's trying to earn people's votes. We want someone to represent us. So we want to know what she actually is going to do for this country, which means answering tough questions so that we know that she's real, which she has not done. She has not done any tough questions. Y'all know it damn well. Y'all damn well know that she ain't answered no tough questions. She ain't did nothing since she got selected but do rallies. So Donald Trump and JD Vance are on a weekly basis doing interviews with opposing media stations and people that have talked nothing but garbage about them, but they are answering questions because they believe that the American people deserve their vote. And so what they're going to do is they're going to then explain themselves. Kamala Harris has not once sat her butt down and said, okay, let me try to earn more votes for the American people. You know what she's doing? She believes, like the Democratic machine, that she's just going to get the black vote and a bunch of people behind her because she's running on joy. I'm bringing joy to the party and joy to the United States. Well, joy doesn't stop whatever President Putin or any of those guys from taking advantage of the United States. All that joy stuff doesn't mean anything. That's just to make your little party feel like you guys got a chance to win the election. But what does that mean when it comes to inflation? What does that mean when it comes to the border? What does that mean when it means to getting rid of these migrants? What does that mean with helping the American people who are struggling, living paycheck to paycheck? What does this mean? You have to explain yourself. What do you mean? Just because she's a black woman, she just automatically gets a card to not explain herself? This is an ignorant dude right here. This man is ignorant. Or like my uncle used to say, ignorant. Just an ignorant nigga. Just an ignorant. Because it just don't make any sense, bro. That, you know what? I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something for real.
Let him cook.
Let him cook now.
I'm tired.
Let him cook.
Right.
I said, let him cook.
I'm starting to believe
Audio Jungle.
that there's almost a reason why some of these black folks shouldn't be voting. Because it's like as soon as we get somebody that's somewhat black or, for whatever reason, we think that they are entitled to our vote because they're black. We don't even give people the chance to tell us why they're better. If there's a white person that's up there and then there's like a black person or a mixed person, I have seen so many black folks over time, not just politics. I'm going to go with them. I'm going to give my vote to the brother. I'm going to give my vote to this. For what? We have fought to vote, and our ancestors have died for us to vote just for you to be an ignorant voter because you want to vote for somebody because they black. It's almost surprising, and it's almost maybe they were trying to save us from voting because we was gonna mess up the elections. We're voting for Barack Obama because we're black. I'm gonna raise my hand. That was a dumb decision. I was 18 years old. I was influenced. But if it was me now, I wouldn't have done that. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because she's black. She's a black woman. That's dumb. Man, we do the dumbest stuff. And then when you find some informed black folks, all of a sudden, the other black folks want to try to freaking chastise them and stuff because they're free thinkers and they're independent thinkers and they're not running on a Democratic plantation. They actually have a reason why they're voting for Donald Trump or a Republican candidate. There's a reason behind it. They're not just saying, well, I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she's black. We played a video on this channel where people were asked, why do you support Kamala Harris? And they were literally saying, oh, I don't know. Well, she's a woman. That's ignorant, bro. Ancestors died for us to vote, for you to be an ignorant voter. Man, get it together, man. I can't stand this stuff, bro. It's like people like Plies just saying stupid stuff. Plies, Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey, all y'all just stupid. Y'all just want to give people y'all vote because they black. They went to a HBCU and she's an AKA. So would you hire somebody in your business just because they were black, but they had no qualifications, and you just want somebody black in your company? Like, y'all are insane, bro. Y'all are insane. Plies is a complete idiot. This is how black folks are thinking, though. Black men and black women. Black women are just basically just giving the vote to Kamala because she's a woman. She's a black woman. Like, it's insane. And then when you start bringing up her economic policy, they're stumped. There are so many people. You know what people are not saying on the Republican end that rock with Trump? They are not saying, well, I don't know Trump's policies. No one is saying that they don't know Trump's policies. When you go to Kamala Harris' side and you start asking voters, I've watched CNN, I've watched the random street interviews, and they say, well, just like her DNC speech. Yeah, it was a really good speech. She had a really good speech. She had a lot of joy, but it was really light on policy. She didn't talk about policy much. A lot of them are saying the same thing. They're not saying that about Donald Trump. They're not telling you he ain't talking about policy. They're saying that he ain't talking about policy enough. The Democrats are getting mad because they're like, he needs to stay on policy and stop name calling. No, he's on policy. He ain't got to talk about policy for 4 hours. Once he get done talking about policy, he can get right on Kamala Harris's head and call her whatever name she want, whatever name he want. Kamala Harris, the people voting for her are the ones that are saying, well, she hasn't really brought her policy yet. And then y'all dum-dums are trying to vote for her. You see how it goes? So you don't care what policy she has. Y'all just go vote for her just because she's not Trump. Even if her policies will send you into economic ruin. Just so y'all can complain about it later. I swear y'all are the weirdest people on this earth. Y'all will complain about inflation. Y'all complain about everything else. And then y'all go vote for the same person that's caused all this. Just ridiculous, man. So that's Plies. That's my spiel on that, man. Let me read this. Shout out to my man B-Mac. I see you right there, bro. Jungle. As long as she don't bring Joy Reid. Oh my God. I can't watch Joy Reid. I swear I can't. I cannot watch Joy Reid at all. I can't stand her hair. Her skin tone with her hair makes her look ridiculous. Like, I literally believe she gets on TV and says, how can I look ridiculous and say the most ridiculous things? She is probably the best clown show on TV right now, right? Just crazy, man. My man B-Max says, I know you're in your mode, but congratulations on 6K. Thank you, sir. I'm proud of you, bro. 10,000. Here we come. Yes, sir. Here we come. 10K. Can't wait to get to 10K, man. That'll be another milestone. Shout out to you. But yeah, man, that's Plies. That's Plies, and just being an ignorant voter. I swear, man. Ancestors died for us, you know what I'm saying, so we can vote and y'all vote for people just because they black. Just dumb. Just stupid. Just stupid. That's why it's a lot of black folks that have woken up. See, this is a good thing about Barack Obama. The good thing about Barack Obama is this. So many people already voted for him and they kind of seen how that went. So they're not doing this a second time around. Right? So a lot of people's like, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. And that's what a lot of folks are doing. We're not going to do what Barack Obama did, because Barack Obama was supposed to do things for the black community, right? But he didn't. He did more for the LGBTQ, right? Which, if that's the group you rock with, that's fine. Ain't nobody tripping off that. But that's the group that he really did more for than the black folks. And the black people felt shunned by it. They were like, oh, really? He's a black man and didn't do enough for us. Yes, that taught y'all a lesson. Stop just voting for people because they're black, because they don't really care. Oh man, wait till I get to this one, man. All right. Shout out to y'all that's out there. By the way, make sure y'all hit the like button on the way inside. I see y'all doing a decent job on hitting the like button right now. Hit the like button on the way inside. And then also, if you want to donate, you can go ahead and drop a super chat, or you can also hit me up on Cash App as well, man. Donations are always appreciated. Let me check this poll, right? Or, I got two moderators in here if y'all still on here. What's the poll look like, man? What's the poll look like? Actually, let me pull it up on here. He said, let me see your orders. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. Let me go here. I gotta go here. View on Google Chrome. All right, cool. Let me read your comment.
Calling all Bahama Mamas. The new Bahama Mama Bowl at Tropical Smoothie Cafe is a must.
Let me see. Oh, this is all I want to see anyway. I don't want to see the actual live stream. What does that say? Let me pull up on this real quick. 1 second. Let me read this. So you said, did you see the video of Don Lemon asking black folks who they prefer? And the vast majority said Trump. I did. I seen a little bit of that. And what I seen was there was like I think that was the one where there was also a white lady that said like, I got to go with Trump. I know you guys don't like him, but we were going good under Trump. And yeah, a lot of people were saying Donald Trump. And I forgot what state that was. Was that Pennsylvania or something? All right, let me see. So the poll right now, Mark Zuckerberg admitting to pressure from Biden Harris for censoring the vid and Hunter Biden. So 60 people say Mark Zuckerberg wants out the Democratic Party, and 40 people say just an honorable thing to do. Interesting. I didn't think anybody was going to say just an honorable thing to do. All right, let me go here. And I want to set this story up right because I think we need to really need to find out who Kamala Harris is, right? Because I think most of the real people know who she is, right? We all know that she's a fake, she's a fraud, and she's just gonna, literally just blend in to whoever is asking her questions or wherever she's at. But we see that there are so many clips of her going back on what she has said back in just like 3-4 years ago. Not even a long time ago. So this is Charlemagne asking her about reparations. Let's just see what she says.
Where do you stand on some form of reparations for black people?
Well, look, I think that we have got to address that. Again, it's back to the inequities. America has a history of 200 years of slavery. Mm-hmm. We had Jim Crow. We had legal segregation in America. The Voting Rights Act was only strong for 50 years, and then they wiped it out with this United States Supreme Court in the Shelby decision, to the point that 22 states immediately thereafter put in place laws that one court found were crafted with surgical precision to have black people not be able to vote. So we've got to recognize, back to that earlier point, people aren't starting out on the same base in terms of their ability to succeed. And so we have got to recognize that and give people a lift up. And there are a number of ways to do it. Part of my initiative, again, around the...
All right, so that's video number 1. I got to play video number 2 real quick. Bear with me. I'm going to go straight into it.
Act is that same point. Lifting people up who are making less than $100,000 a year. What I want to do about rent is the same thing. What we need to do around education and understanding disparities, what we need to do around HBCUs. But we have a history of racism in America.
So you are for some type of...
Yes, I am.
Reparation. Okay.
Yes, I am.
So Charlemagne had to literally answer her question because all she does is just talk in circles. So reparations are a horrible idea. Okay. First of all, nobody's getting reparations, bro. Like, let's just keep it a buck, okay? Like we need to stop talking about this. They're not going to give us reparations, right? And if we should have gotten them, it should have been a long time ago. Today, we are in a society where we can win, okay? Our ancestors would be super excited. If they were to trade spaces with us, they would say that this society that we're in is much better than what they had, right? And so we got that opportunity to create an entire new life. We're not dealing with the same type of racism, right? Notice I didn't say there's not racism. We're not dealing with the same type of racism like people were dealing with before the fair housing laws were there, where there was all type of red tape and redlining going on where you couldn't buy a home. Black folks can buy a home. Black folks can create a business. We can have kids with who we want to. There's not things written on deeds that say you cannot sell this to a black folk or a mulatto. We have a lot of opportunity now. We don't need reparations. What do we need reparations for? Now, this is from 2019, right? This is when she was on a black radio station. So, of course, she's going to try to be a chameleon Kamala Harris and try to say, yeah, I believe in reparations. She spoke for almost 2 minutes and spoke in circles, and Charlemagne said, so you are for reparations. And this is a woman that wants to debate Donald Trump. Listen, man, I don't understand why we even talking about reparations anymore. Like, we are so past that. I know there's some black folks out there that want it, right? And they argue up and down why they think they want free money so that they can go out and buy an Escalade and do all type of dumb stuff. But we spend trillions of dollars on just dumb stuff anyway, just within the black community. So if we learn to put our money together like other cultures did, oh boy, how well we would do. But we don't know how to come together. Not all of us, but most of us in the black community, we don't know how to use our money. Reparations would be coming together. We don't need money from the government, right? We don't need anything else from the government other than to keep a fair system to where we can all win. Okay? And when I seen this, I'm like, I bet you if you ask her now, she'll probably say, no, I'm not for reparations. No. This is the dumbest thing ever. Reparations. So I know a lot of black people and probably not gonna like this. And if you listen to this on the replay, you probably not gonna like this, but I think reparations is silly. If you're still thinking and talking about reparations in 2024, shame on you, bro. Reparations is the fact that we now have a free world that we can go out and go work anywhere. We can provide for our family. We don't got to deal with all type of red tape for buying houses and red tape on trying to go find a certain job. We got a lot of abilities now. That is the reparations. All right, I'm out of here. All right, so that's that story. I wanted to keep that one quick.
Audio Jungle.
Common Sense 101. The Venezuelan prison.
Let me read your comment, Ortis. Yeah, so that interview, I should probably pull it up, huh? I think it was a few states, mostly in liberal states. She would have to pay reparations considering her family history. Right? Would she even qualify for reparations? Yeah, would she even qualify for reparations? I don't think so. I don't even think she would. Yeah, I think she'll try to say, yeah, I went to an HBCU, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, white people can go to HBCU too. So I don't think she would even qualify. Let me see if I can find that clip real quick. Don Lemon. How should I say this? Don Lemon. They weren't Kamala Harris supporters. Let me just type in Don Lemon street interview. It says New Jersey. It's probably it right here. Let me pull this down real quick. I think this is it right here. Yeah, 8 days ago. Yeah, let's pull this up real quick. What did I say? 3 minutes. Is this the whole thing? It's probably on X. Watch Don Lemon's interview that finally caused CNN. Oh, that's fire. And that was a year ago. Here, I guess we'll go. This one says 20 minutes. Trying to find the part where he was on the street. All right, so I guess I'm gonna go to this person's page named Trace Tainment. Shout out to you, Trace Tainment. I'm gonna react to, I guess, your video. I can't find the original.
There's 28 grams of hot.
Hello guys, welcome to Trace Tainment. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So bright. There's a video out.
I feel like she's not good.
There we go.
We're here in Jersey.
Atlantic. You know what? Maybe I can find it because so that's in New Jersey. So let's see something. Don Lemon interview. I seen that New Jersey. Glad I know my states. That's Black Conservative Perspective. All right, I guess I just rock with this one. All right, I guess I just rock with that one. I'll find it another time.
Atlantic City. Who do you support? I'll plead the fifth.
Trump for the win.
Tell me why.
I can't really call that right now, but I just feel like she's not good for president. She's good vice, but not for the actual lead role for the country.
Does it have anything to do with being a woman?
No. No, because I feel like women, nah, you're not going to give me that.
Your money's on Harris.
Yeah.
Who do you want?
Trump.
Why don't you like Harris?
She doesn't have any experience.
She's the vice president. She's a senator.
Yeah, no experience. No. She had no experience.
That does not mean she's experienced.
Well, I want Donald Trump. I just feel we need somebody that has a stronger background with the military and the world in general.
She was a prosecutor and an attorney general and a senator and a vice president.
Seems like he's not too happy with the response that people are.
More money than I do. A lot better. I made
right now.
4 years ago. It was
Democratic Party. In town, who's your money on?
I'm gonna support the Democratic Party, but I mean, Trump looks like he got it in the bag right now.
4 years ago.
So I'm gonna support the Democratic Party, but it looked like Trump has it in the bag right now. So why are you voting for the Democratic Party? You see what I'm saying? Now we're going back to people like Plies. This is being ignorant. So are you just voting? Are you voting for them for any reason? Like what social reasons are you voting for the Democrats for? Right? Do you care about women's rights or something like that? Or it's like people don't even came to explain themselves.
So it was a lot better. I made a lot more money than I do now.
I know you feel that way, but that's not actually what the record shows. The economy is actually better under Biden. No, I'm serious. That's what the facts show.
Okay, you know what?
No, that's something. Trump or Harris.
That's how I feel. Oh my gosh, let's play that right back. This is how I feel. I just got a text message about Harris and Wall's proposal against Donald Trump.
I mean, Trump looked like he got it in the bag right now.
4 years ago, it was a lot better. I made a lot more money than I do now.
I know you feel that way, but that's not actually what the record shows. The economy is actually better under Biden.
So, get
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, get the full laugh out. See, you know what's funny to me, man? People are trying to tell you, oh, okay, I got the stats. I got the stats on the economy and how it's better than Trump's. Listen, man, I went through the 4 years of Trump and I'm in the 4 years of Biden. So you're trying to tell me that the inflation rate was better under Biden, right? Come on, man. Let's keep it a buck right here, right? Keep it a buck with me. So you mean to tell me from an economy perspective that the inflation rate was worse under Donald Trump? No, for real. Answer my question. Because y'all want to come out with these, there's stats that prove this and that. Yeah, the same stats from CNN and MSNBC, right? Yeah. The inflation rate is horrible under Joe Biden. It's at 5.9% average, 1.9% for Donald Trump. Okay, so then let's talk about the fact that this man, when it came down to a pandemic, right, entire virus that affected the entire world, not just the United States, he found a way to also give $1,200 stimulus package because he was concerned about the economy. He also wanted to keep things open. So not only was that going on, people were getting $1,200 checks, right? Which is not the only thing that I'm voting for him about. But that's another thing. And you cannot tell me that the economy was not booming when Trump was in. I'm in the housing market. The housing market was on fire when Trump was in office.
Audio Jungle.
And then they want to tell you that I got statistics for the Biden administration on why it's better. How? It's common sense. The inflation rate, it's a piece, but it may not be everything. But if the inflation's high, that means a lot of other things are high, right? That means the supply is low, the demand is high. We have so many problems. We didn't have that problem under Trump. Okay, let's talk about the migrants. Oh, y'all don't want to talk about the migrants. So there's so much cost going out in this administration. I laugh at people that try to tell me that the Biden administration is a better economy. That's why most of the people that take the polls trust Trump with the economy. People that don't even like him trust him. All right, let me get to the rest of it. Oh, let me read this from my man. Oh, he be dropping some information in there. So Trump's lowest was at 0.1%. I think the regime just hit its lowest at 2.9%. Trump's highest was 2.9%. Yeah, like that's crazy.
That's what the facts are.
Okay, you know what?
No, that's not. Trump or Harris?
Trump.
That's who's gonna win.
That's who's gonna win.
Who you support?
I support Trump. All the people that came to this country legally, it's not fair that they're letting all 10,000 to 15,000 people or 20,000 people here illegally. Have you seen San Diego? They're coming off the boats, off the water right here, off the ocean. Did you know Biden was flying them in? Did you know Biden was flying them in? You didn't know that?
I think Abbott was flying them in, but you just took me to my next video. Don't make me forget, because I got this on the lineup.
What do you Canadians think about what's going on here?
We think you're all nuts. We're just watching from afar and just enjoying the show.
I gotta get out of Atlantic City. Where are we going?
All right, so there you have it. Yep, he just brought that to my attention to play that video. So there was some black people out there in New Jersey that are rocking with Trump, and the reason why is because they saying, listen, man, we seen what both of these people have done. Right? They don't have Trump derangement syndrome. They don't have to vote based on how they feel about a person. They're voting based upon the facts. They're voting based upon who's a better person for the United States representation. Y'all voting based upon, how, Kamala Harris, she's so nice and the way she speaks and she comes with joy and she's this and that, but she's going to ruin you. And she lied to y'all about Joe Biden. The lady is just a snake. She's lying to you about her policies. She's flip-flopping as far as what she really believes in. But we just want someone like her. Man, Putin would destroy Kamala Harris, bro. That is not even something that I even have to imagine. People will run over us like crazy for the next 4 years if Kamala Harris is in there. She's not strong enough. All right, let me go to, he just mentioned something about San Diego and the migrants, and I got it in here. Give me 1 second. Rates cutting soon. All right, I did that one. It was literally just yesterday. Democrat, Tulsi. Migrants taking over apartments. Oh my gosh. I know I saved it. Give me a second. Woman complaining in Oregon. Disclaimer. Crap. I must have missed it. Yeah, here we go right here. I hate this. I know I got it in here. I thought it was before this one. All right. I'm sure I can find it on here. Fox News, migrants, California, housing. All right, I can't find it. But it was definitely in California. They're doing the same thing that they were doing in Oregon, where they're out there trying to give them money to buy houses. Oh my gosh, I can't freaking find it. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed. But anyways, my bad. I didn't mean to slow the show down like that. All right. Next thing. I didn't mean to slow the show down like that.
Gang known as Trendy Arab.
So we gonna get straight to these migrants, right? And then because Kamala Harris, is running for the president of the United States, and the problem that she has caused is that we've let in millions of migrants, and people just swear that this is not a real problem. But let's let somebody talk to
Common Sense 101.
And see what she says.
The Venezuelan prison gang known as Tren de Aragua has taken over an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado, right outside of Denver. the property manager known as CBZ Management has been trying desperately to regain control of their apartment that they have just spent $300,000 to bring to code with renovations, but they can't even go in there because the Venezuelan gang has taken over their apartments. The city has denied the allegations. Local officials and the media, including Kyle Clark of 9 News, have denied the allegations, even though they have posted eviction notices on the doors of residents and given them a very short amount of time to move out, find somewhere else to live, figure it out, we don't care. If this had been Cherry Creek, if this had been Greenwood Village, Jared Polis, the Colorado governor, would have sent in the damn National Guard. But because it's full of black and brown people in Aurora, nobody cares. This is a very dangerous problem. This is just a testing ground. You need to understand this. This CBZ management says, we would like to be able to resume normal operations at our buildings, but we cannot do so under the threat of present and immediate danger against residents, staff, and management. The spokesperson for this company goes on to say, this is an issue our city needs to face head on with law enforcement and the further support of our state and country's leaders, border czar Kamala Harris, to protect affected tenants, the surrounding communities, and Americans across the nation. Translation: CBZ management is giving the country and the surrounding areas in Denver a heads up. Your community is next. And if you think you're protected because of how you vote or because of your location, you're not. You're not safe. Your children are not safe.
All right.
You better get civic minded and stop saying, I'm not into politics, because politics is into you. You got Kamala Harris running around now wanting to be the head of the entire country, but she has spent the last 4 years ignoring the border as the borders are, although she was given that job. And for somebody who claims to be a baddie and a boss lady and a strong, empowered woman, she didn't take the lead on a damn thing except ignoring you and putting twerking rappers and fried chicken into neighborhoods to try to get your vote. Once again, for failing you the previous 4 years. But guess what? She wants a chance to do it all over again. This is unbelievable.
It is.
DHS, Department of Homeland Security, was investigated by the Office of Inspector General. There was a report in June that was the final report issued that says DHS needs to improve its screening and vetting of asylum seekers and non-citizens applying for admission into the United States. This is a very detailed report. I suggest you go read it so that we cannot be...
The Democrats and all them, they're not going to read that. Just like they're not going to read Project 2025, but they'll just, swear that that's Trump's thing. And, that, they're uninformed. They're not going to read it. All right, so what she's telling you is that the migrants have taken over Denver, right? An apartment complex in Denver, to the point where they become dangerous, right? They're from Venezuela gangs, right? The same place that Donald Trump is telling you they're coming from, prisons, and all type of, what do you say? The crazy houses or whatever is what I'll just say. But they're coming into the United States, flooding in, no vetting process or nothing. Now they're terrorizing cities and terrorizing apartment complexes that people are staying in, where they're trying to evict people so that they could just try to clear the migrants out of there. And this is exactly why Kamala Harris, since she's been campaigning, one thing people are not saying, right, because we know she's not answering questions. She hasn't been down to that border since she's even started her campaign. She hasn't went down to the border at all. Trump and Vance have been down there twice already. They've been down there twice. She has not went down there at all. So to tell me that she cares about the border and she hasn't even went down there to campaign, because she knows that that's a state that she's probably going to lose. You tell me you care about the border, but you ain't been down there. Just within the time that you've been selected. That's what the media is not even talking about right now. Because we're so focused on her not answering questions and her campaign. Why hasn't she been down to the border since she's talking about she wants a border policy now all of a sudden? Man, this migrant issue is a big freaking problem. And I don't care what side of the aisle that you're on, it's ridiculous and it needs to stop. It costs cities millions of dollars, and in Chicago's case, billions of dollars, and they don't have the infrastructure to take care of these people, and it affects black and brown communities. The same lady that y'all trying to go up there and vote for because she's black is the same lady that doesn't care about the migrants coming in. She's already said that, we're not going to treat them like criminals, even though the criminals are coming in, but she will let them come in your community, take over your resources, your schools, and literally get one of your jobs. And guess what? You're going to be sitting there talking about how unfair it is, because they're also giving them Visa gift cards and all type of stuff so that they can live comfortable while you go and struggle and pay your taxes, and your tax money is going to them. But what you're voting on is 4 more years of that. Everyone that is in a sanctuary city should be voting Republican in this election. It doesn't make any sense, right? Right. She ain't been to Europe either. She hasn't been down to the border since she started her campaign at all. See, that if I'm Trump, or if I'm somebody in Trump's camp, I would tell him, listen, you hit her on all those same points, but why don't you hit her on the same point of, if she cares so much about the border, tell her, why hasn't she been down there since she started her campaign? That would shut everything up. This woman is a fraud. Man, we didn't have a migrant issue under Trump. Trump was the main guy saying, build the wall. And what were people saying about him? Oh, he's racist. He's trying to say this about Mexicans and this and that. And he was trying to tell you that if we let them in, these are the things that are going to happen. People like Laken Riley, the one lady from Arizona that Donald Trump just went down there, and her daughter got unalived and thrown into a drain pipe from a migrant. Migrant crimes out there in New York City, a migrant unalived a cop. These people will be alive. But there's no real urgency or agenda when it comes to closing up the border. Because I believe there's a bigger play here. Most people already understand that, most people already understand that they just want Democratic votes. And I'm going to show y'all one more article. And I did save this article. I got it right here, right? This is the article I want to show y'all. This article right here says what? It says the judge blocks Biden's policy offering residency to certain immigrants married to U.S. citizens.
Audio Jungle.
You see what they're trying to do? They're trying to find ways to get them to be legal citizens so they can vote. This is all a Democratic play. Let them in. They're going to vote for us because we're the ones that got them here. And then let's try to find a way to get them legal citizenship, ways to get a legal a work permit and all this stuff. Your man Tim Walz is the man that is out there giving out driver's license to migrants. And y'all, bro, and then y'all want me to believe that Kamala Harris has a real border policy, when Tim Walz is supporting migrants coming to Minnesota. He's giving them licenses, driver's licenses, and everything else. But y'all wanted me to believe that Kamala Harris really wants to shut down the border, when for 4 years she was labeled the border czar, which is who she is, and she let in millions of people. All of a sudden, she wants to stop it. Man, if y'all don't get the hell up out of here, man, I'm not no dummy. This is why y'all can't mess around with people that are informed. Y'all can play that junk on uninformed voters and tell them all some lying talking points, but we already understand what's going on. They want migrants. They just going to print money. They're just going to keep printing it, man. They don't care. He's running mate mandated for mandated for tampons in boys' bathrooms and public schools. And I live in Connecticut. And guess what just became a state mandate the other day? Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. Tampons in boys' bathrooms in public schools.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
You joking, right? What's the name of that I guess that legislation? That's wild. I'm gonna spend like 2 seconds on this. What's this? Streaming real estate JJ stop. We'll continue. Whatever. As long as I'm on YouTube. That's crazy. Boys bathroom. Crap. Bathroom in Connecticut. Gotta get out of here, bro. Let me read this and I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna get to the next topic. So I said, is tampons allowed in boys' bathrooms in Connecticut? Yes. As of recent years, Connecticut has implemented legislation that requires menstrual products, including tampons, to be available in public school bathrooms, including those targeted for boys. This is a part of a broader effort to ensure menstrual equity and recognize that not only women and girls menstruate. Bro, what the hell am I reading? What in the hell am I reading? That not only women and girls menstruate, but also some transgender boys, non-binary individuals, and gender non-conforming people. The goal is to provide access to these essential products for anyone who needs them, regardless of which bathroom they use.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
This is the world we live in right now. This is the world we live in right now. Bro, this says, including tampons to be available in all public school bathrooms, including those designated for boys. Part of a broader effort to ensure menstrual equity. What the hell is menstrual equity? What is menstrual equity? Women have periods. That's it. To recognize that not only women and girls menstruate, but also some transgender boys, non-binary individuals, and genders non-conforming people. What the fuck is that? What is non-conforming people? What the hell is non-binary? What the hell is not? I'm out of here, bro. Just forget it.
You can't make this shit up.
It's almost like every show I got to get out the chair for a second. The last few shows I have had to get out the chair just for a second because I can't believe what the hell I'm reading. I'm going to cut this segment up right here. This is going to be a segment, right? This is going to be a video I'm going to play back. So I don't know if we can move from this. So out in Connecticut, they are allowing tampons in boys' bathrooms, just like Mr. Tampon Tim out there in Minnesota. Listen, this world is becoming more weird by the day. I swear, these are not real things and real problems. We have real things that we need to worry about when it comes to legislation. All right. Things that would benefit the American people. Tampons in boys' bathrooms. I'm sorry if you are in that community of people, but there's not a lot of you guys that this doesn't affect anyone. Like tampons in boys' bathrooms. Like seriously, I see a tampon in a boys' bathroom, I'm leaving that place. Or you know what? I'll probably just take all the tampons out and just like probably step on them or something. Like no man should even know what a tampon is and how it works. Let's just be honest. This is just insane. This country is going to turn into the Twilight Zone, bro. The way if we get Harrison Walls in there, what you just told me out there in Connecticut, if they get in office, This world is going to be a complete circus. It's going to be a complete clown show. It's going to be the Twilight Zone. And we're going to be talking about stupid issues. And you're going to see these people come out of the woodworks. And they're going to be like, you got to support me now. If we thought that what Obama did was bad, this is just what Obama started. Now it's progressed. And if Harris gets in there, it's going to go to the moon. It's going to be even worse. It's going to be even worse by the time she gets done, if she gets elected, which we can't get her in there. This is insane, bro. Why do we even have conversations like this? Why are we even talking about tampons in boys' bathrooms? Why are we talking about non-binary? Like, these things are not real. It's male and it's female. If we don't live in a world of common sense anymore, listen, bro, I don't want to talk to nobody about no real issues. This is just insane. All right. I think we'll get to the real meat and potatoes. Let's get to the real meat and potatoes of this so I can go ahead and end this show off. Appreciate everybody that decided to hit the like button on the side. I know it's a late show. I just got to get some content in, man. I got to get me some content in because it's going to be a busy week for me. But let me check this poll real quick. 1 second, y'all. Let me check this poll. Let me see what y'all said about Mark Zuckerberg because we got to talk about him right now. Let me see. All right. Let me pull up View in Google Chrome. I want to see the chat. I want to see what y'all said. So far, y'all believe that y'all believe that Mark Zuckerberg wants out of the Democratic Party. So 57% of y'all believe he needs to be out of the Democratic Party. 7 of y'all believe that he was just doing this just to do a good deed. Right? 43, right? 43% of y'all. I'll tell you my thoughts right after we see this, right? No. Trust me, bro. When I do a live stream, I am okay with going off script, right? This is not one of those like I gotta stay on script or you messing me up. Like I like having real conversation. When I have conversations with y'all, like it's enjoyable, and I don't mind going off script because that's authentic, right? Something that Kamala Harris won't be able to do. All right, so Mark Zuckerberg, right, pretty much has gotten himself into a damn pickle. Mark Zuckerberg has admitted that he was pressured by the Biden-Harris campaign when it came to censorship, when it came down to the vid-related content is what it says. So let's get into it, man. And then I think we'll just react to it later. So this is the letter that he wrote to someone in the Republican Party. I believe it was a Republican House, somebody in the Republican House. Now let's see what they said about it.
Overnight, Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg claims he was pressured by the White House to censor content related to COVID-19 during the pandemic. Aaron Katersky joins us now with details. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning to you, Whit. For years, critics have taken aim at Facebook for silencing views that challenge the general consensus in the medical community, especially about the origin of COVID-19. Now, Facebook's founder surprisingly says they're right. This morning, Meta chief Mark Zuckerberg admitting he bowed to pressure from the Biden administration to censor content. The Facebook founder issuing a letter to the House Judiciary Committee that said senior administration officials pushed the social media platform to censor posts about COVID-19 and expressed a lot of frustration when the company resisted. Zuckerberg saying, I believe the government pressure was wrong, and I regret that we were not more outspoken about it. Adding, I feel strongly that we should not compromise our content standards due to pressure from any administration in either direction, and we're ready to push back if something like this happens again. President Biden was asked about misinformation online in the summer of 2021.
On COVID misinformation, what's your message to platforms like Facebook?
They're killing people. I mean, look, the only pandemic we have is among the unvaccinated. And they're killing people.
What? When that man was asked about Meta, he said they're killing people. So the people that were unvaccinated, that was the agenda at the time. Get everybody vaccinated. And if you weren't, you were killing people. This man's He was already on decline.
Biden later walked back the comment, insisting he wasn't attacking Facebook. Overnight, the White House responded to Zuckerberg's letter. Our position has been clear and consistent. We believe tech companies and other private actors should take into account the effects their actions have on the American people while making independent choices about the information they present. Zuckerberg going on to express regret for demoting content related to corruption allegations against Hunter Biden ahead of the 2020 election, alleging the FBI warned information circulating online was a Russian disinformation operation. It's since been made clear that the reporting was not Russian disinformation, and in retrospect, we shouldn't have demoted the story. Zuckerberg went on to say the company has changed its policies and processes to make sure it doesn't happen again. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan celebrating the letter, calling it a big win for free speech.
Zuckerberg's letter first appeared in the Wall Street Journal, and there really is a tension going on here between the government and big tech over how content on social media should be policed and whether conservative voices often get silenced.
Absolutely. The story getting a lot of attention.
Yes, conservative voices are the ones getting silenced. Well, all right, here you have it now, right?
Audio
So
Jungle.
some of you guys believe that Mark Zuckerberg is doing this to do an honorable thing. And I'm going to tell you my opinion, right? I don't think it has anything to do with that. I do believe that this has to do with the Democratic Party. I believe that he feels guilty for doing what he did. And I also believe that possibly, this is just my thoughts, that his political view has changed. I believe his political view has changed, and he's very entitled to doing so, right? He's still a young man. And I think that he believes that when he was definitely censoring people. Right? I mean, people still getting censored now for certain things. It just happened to one of the dudes I know named Amir. He made a post about Tim Walz, and they removed his comment. So it's a lot of that free speech, or I should say violated free speech going on around here. So what I get from this story is this, right? Y'all ready? This is what I get from this story.
Audio Jungle.
The Democrats are dirty. They wanted to go ahead and suppress that information about Hunter Biden's laptop. See, this is getting talked about not very much when we talk about the Zuckerberg thing from what I've been seeing, except for like Fox News, they talked about it. We already were talking about Hunter Biden's laptop and how this dude has been corrupt, and they were going ahead and suppressing that information. See, that Biden family is corrupted. They are. They just appeared nice on camera, but their day is coming. It's already falling as we speak. There's an impeach inquiry on them right now for $27 million that they have been taking from foreign countries when Joe Biden was vice president. And then during that era or that time of 2020 and whatever, 2021, definitely 2020, yeah, you couldn't post anything about the vid, right? It was just so like everybody literally couldn't say anything about it. And there was a lot of misinformation out there because if you just wanted to talk about it, your post would be taken down. And it was wrong. This is 100% election interference. This is election interference, man. Because they're just telling you they were doing that with the vid. No, they were doing that with a lot of different posts. People were going to Facebook jail and everything for speaking out. While I am happy that he did actually come out, because who's to say that he would have ever done it? I'm happy. I'm glad we can talk about it. I'm glad we can see it. But this was the Biden-Harris administration, that pressured him about suppressing this information. This is why I believe that this party is a demonic party. This party is dirty and they are demonic. They are trying to control narratives. They're probably in the back end making all type of deals. But the truth is the truth. And then Hunter Biden is a straight criminal. All these people, these Trump derangement syndrome people, want to talk about, see, he got the felonies. Trump got 34 felonies. Literally 2 days later, Hunter Biden was charged and had charges on him. And he's facing 20-something years in prison. 20-something years in prison. But y'all so Trump deranged that you're like, well, that's just his son. And sometimes your sons can be bad. But let's talk about Trump. You guys are so ultrally, obsessed with Trump. It's sickening sometimes. Mark Zuckerberg has just admitted to suppressing and being censored by the Biden-Harris campaign. administration. I keep saying campaign. This news comes out literally after RFK gets endorsement from Trump on Friday. Tulsi Gabbard endorses Trump on Monday. And all of a sudden, Tuesday morning, Mark Zuckerberg comes out with this statement. Do y'all think that the timing is impeccable, or is this just a coincidence? Right? Shout out to Roro. She says, make sure everyone hits the like button and shares this, please.
Audio Jungle.
Order says, yo, he's putting his hands up and using the "I was just following orders" excuse from the late 40s. Yeah. I think that there's a reason why Mark Zuckerberg is doing this right now, right? There's a reason, right? All politicians cheat in some way. Well, I think this is how the Democrats are cheating. They're using the media, right? And we all know that. I just seen a post the other day. It was like 84% positive news for Kamala Harris and 85 or 86% negative news for Trump. So they're just using the media to propagate their message. This is exactly why Kamala Harris is not having to answer questions, because people are answering for her on her flip-flop, because as long as she doesn't speak, no one can question her. But back to my point right here, where he is just using this as an excuse. I think he's getting ahead of, what if Trump wins? Trump will probably find this out, or maybe he knows someone's going to, literally speak out on this issue. So Mark Zuckerberg is probably trying to be the first one to the punch. I think there's a reason behind it. I don't think he just did this as an honorable thing. Maybe his viewpoint has changed on politics. Maybe he really supports Trump. But I think he's doing this because there's something else that is going to come out. And he doesn't want to be the one to say, well, I'm in defense mode. That's my opinion. I think this is wrong, though. I think it's election interference. People have been saying this for a long time. And what's funny? A lot of the Democrats were saying, oh, these guys are conspiracy theorists. Oh, they think this, they think that. But it's like, now, what do you say now? These guys were right all along. When they were talking about Hunter Biden's laptop, and they were talking about Hunter Biden in Russia and all these things in Ukraine, these people were right. Just because CNN was calling them all type of conspiracy theorists and this and that, they were wrong. Mark Zuckerberg comes out, and this is big news. And I think it gets even deeper as information will come out later on how bad this censorship was. It wasn't just the vid that this was a censorship on. It's gonna dig deep down, and it's gonna be more than that. They were literally suppressing free speech. That's what Twitter was. And then Elon Musk came and then made it, saying where you could just say whatever you want. They were literally these tech companies or whatever, big tech or whatever, they were all trying to control the narrative. And you notice that the narrative is starting to switch. You see that Elon Musk bought Twitter, right? And now all of a sudden, Mark Zuckerberg, the other big tech billionaire, is now thinking about putting a lawsuit out on, the Biden-Harris administration. You're starting to see a shift, is what I'm trying to share with y'all. You're seeing a shift going, and it's going towards Trump, and it's definitely coming at the Democrat Party. Because why would he say Biden-Harris administration pressured him? He could have just said, I was pressured into, suppressing, the vid in Hunter Biden's laptop. He specifically mentioned them, which I thought about was, who's running for the presidency right now? Kamala Harris, Donald Trump. Any publicity is going to be very bad publicity for Kamala Harris if her name is in it. This isn't good news for them. But I'm glad he came out and told us. I am. Most people have already kind of figured it out, because I mean we're not dumb, but it is good so that people don't have to keep calling people crazy for believing, hey, when I was making posts, they were removing them. I was going to Facebook jail. Like this was really bad. I'm glad he finally came out and said it. Or it says, do you think he may drop names of those who contacted him to censor that information? That is a good question. I think if the heat comes more, like that's why I said I think he's trying to get ahead of whatever's coming. He's already dropped, Biden and Harris's name. So my first thought about it is, yeah, I think he probably will. Any way for him to probably feel less of a blow or, whatever, I think he will. I think he will drop names. He's already dropped 2 big names right there. But it is to be seen. It is to be seen. Now, if there's a court case or a lawsuit, then yeah, Mark Zuckerberg is going to squeal like a pig. I believe so. But I also believe that maybe there was also something else on the back end that maybe we're not all thinking about, which was maybe there was some type of backdoor deal. And maybe this backdoor deal he's really not a fan of anymore. Or maybe because he sees that Kamala Harris might end up losing, the Democrats may lose the election. And whatever this backdoor deal was or is, he don't really want to stand on it anymore. Just my thoughts. It's a bit, I always want to look at why people make the move that they make, right? That's like, just if I look at it from face value, I say, oh yeah, Mark Zuckerberg is telling the truth. But my other side is saying, why? And why now? If you were suppressing information in 2020, why are you coming out in 2024? I got a lot of questions. Just like even Ordis is asking, like, hey, you think he's going to drop names? I'm sure he's got questions. I got a lot of questions, and I will be paying attention to this as time goes on to see if anything really happens. But this isn't good news for the Harris campaign. We already know Biden is up out of there. Biden, he on vacation somewhere with his feet propped up somewhere. He just avoiding the cameras at all costs. But now Harris is on the hook for this. All right, man. Woo. Appreciate y'all. Y'all definitely was hitting the like button on the way inside. So
Audio Jungle.
That's pretty much all I got for this show. I just wanted to make it real quick. Quick little hour and 22 minutes, little hour and a half. Just wanted to throw some content out there because my next live stream may not be until like Thursday. So, I probably won't do one, but I definitely want to do one tonight. I enjoy doing live streams. I enjoy when y'all come on. I enjoy when y'all give y'all feedback. But yeah, I'm trying to make this the best show on YouTube. Man. Let me just do one more quick thing and I'll get up out of here. Yeah, I don't know why now, but that I'm definitely paying attention. Because it doesn't really make sense to me on why you want to, pretty much tell now. It's just kind of weird to me, but let me show you something. He said, or it said, Biden is on vacation hanging out with Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, man. That dude is, they have totally erased him. They literally said, hey, man, just stay away. Like, whatever you do, man, just don't get in the way. This is what they said. All right, man. So this is where we are, man. Here's our update. We're at 6,000 subscribers. 6,021. But I want y'all to look at this at the bottom, man. Let me show y'all something. Let me see if I can pull this up, man. I got to show y'all the real struggle. Let's go Lifetime, right? Look at this, man. Look at this chart. Let me pull this down. This is why I'm so appreciative of YouTube. So I started this channel back in, let me bring this down. I like that. I like my freaking screen, but it's like a little far away, and sometimes I can't see. All right. So I started this channel. No, it ain't no 2012. I started it in 2018. 2018, man. So like, it took me a while to get a subscriber. So let me see. I had 5 subscribers in June 9th of 2019. Okay, 2018. So I started my channel in October. I started my channel in October of 2018. I had 1 freaking follower in 2018. And for years, right? 2019, I got 4. Let me show you when I got my first 100. This is kind of sad, but I got my first 100. So almost 3 years later. So I started in 18, right? 19, 20, 21. It took me 3 years to get my first 100 subscribers. This is when I was just doing real estate content. It took me almost 3 years to get 100 freaking subs. And then it kept taking me a lot more time. And before I reached 1,000, right here where you see this curve is when I finally figured it out. Freaking, my first 1,000 was 2023, October of 2023, last year. And ever since then, we've been on the uphill. So this has been a grind. This has been a tremendous freaking grind for me when it comes to YouTube, because I understand that some people get here like a lot quicker, right? Some people it only takes them like maybe like less than 2 years. I've been on this mother since 2018, making videos and transitioning and seeing what works, and finally figured it out basically last year, right? And yeah, man, where you see that jump is like literally like, and I remember the first video that I did that made me go up. It was Jason Aldean's video of try this in a small town reaction. And literally I just started jumping and I'm on the upward. But all you see, man, and what I want to share with y'all is like all this stuff here at the bottom. This is literally me doing the same thing, making videos, trying to figure it out, checking my app like damn near every day. Why am I not moving? Okay, I only moved 1, 2. Now when I get to check my app, it's a humbling moment because I'm like, dang, I just went up by 10 subs, 20 subs, 100 subs. I just did in 28 days, 1,600 subs. I'm going to cover up how much I made so far. Not that it's a big deal. It ain't a lot of money. But this is how much I made. This is how much. 1,600 subs. 1,600 subs in 28 days. That was what I almost had to do for freaking 4 to 5 years. I was able to do in 28 days.
Audio Jungle.
28 days. So my whole point of this is not to brag and be like, yeah, I got it. It's to say, man, consistency. Sometimes you just literally got to stay in the game and figure it out along the way. Even when you're having a bad game, you just got to stick it. You got to stick it through. And so now I'm happy because where you see this whole little graph, before that thing even tried to go up, I was already thinking about quitting. I can already tell you where I was thinking about quitting too. It was around 2022, like right down here. Right down in there, I was thinking about quitting when I had like 135 subs or something like that. I was like, man, I'm done with this. Like, this is not working. I stuck with it, figured it out, and finally I pivoted my content and I've been able to figure it out, and I'm going to stick to this. And I can't wait till I get to 100,000. Can't wait till I get to 100K. It's going to happen, man. All right, let me read your comment. Crazy how people hate. Yes, sir. How they hate politics, but always tune in 18 before election day. That happens a lot. Said tune or turn into 18. Oh, let me read it again. So how they hate politics, but always tune in 18 months before election day. That happens a lot. Yeah, man. But you got to be informed. You got to be informed, man. And so one thing I see In this show off. The reason why I don't like having conversations with Democrats anymore is because I'm starting to see that like there are some Republicans, not all, but they're more informed. They care more about research and figuring things out about the politician or candidate. And then you got the Democratic side where they just care about like how somebody makes you feel, like what they say, being politically correct, oh, they were a senator and this and that. And they don't really care about the facts, right? And just like they like to talk about the Trumplicans or the MAGA supporters or the MAGA Republicans. And so they like to say, oh, the Republicans have changed. And I'm like, well, the Democrat Party has changed. Like this party has become literally the party of misinformation. They control the media. They're dirty freaking people in this party. And I'm like, that's not the same Democratic Party from years ago. So, it's just one of those things. So like, I don't like really having conversations for real with a lot of Democrats. Like I'll have it if we can have a respectful one and we can walk away from it cool. But the ones that literally want to just say, well, Trump, 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 Trump. And I'm like, yo, Trump is just somebody that I believe that can represent the economy better and represent the United States. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be like, that's my guy. This is this and that, but he's the better person. It's just the way it is. But it's also night and day when you look at Kamala Harris. So they don't care about anything except for not getting Trump in office because they've hated him so much. Like they can't go back on the hate. But, it is what it is. Yeah, people look for information you provided them for. That's what I'm trying to do. And the reason why, man, I'll be honest with you, because I was misinformed at one point too. I think I can be honest. I used to think like, oh, well, the Democrats, I'm for them. That's what they told me growing up. Vote for the Democrats, right? Republicans are for the rich and the Democrats are for the poor, which I was like, I don't know why I want to be poor. I was like, first of all, I don't want to be poor. But then, you start to open yourself up. And I think what most people don't ask themselves is the question of why. Why am I supporting this person? Why does this make sense? And then they get stuck and they start just supporting the same thing over and over and over again without even knowing why. This hence why people are being asked on the street, why do you support Kamala Harris? And they don't know. They don't even know. Like if you tell me, hey, Jay, why do you love basketball? I can go down the whole entire list, man. I love being able to, play a good game. It's great cardio. I get to do, teamwork, right? It's always been a game I love since I was a kid. I just love basketball. I love working on drills, blah, blah, blah. I can go down the line of why I love what I love. When someone's asking you, like, why do you support a person? And you say, well, I don't even know. I don't know. Just because they're black or because she's a woman or because she's a Democrat. Like, you guys don't even know why you're supporting someone. And then and this is how I get people that I talk about Project 2025. I go, have you read it? No, I haven't read it, but he's talking about this and that. Have you read it? No, you haven't even read it. And not that it's associated with him, but you haven't even read it. So you're not informed. You're just going off of what someone told you. And see, I don't believe people. Like I live in a world where even in business, right? It's trust but verify with people, right? I trust you enough, but I'll also will go and verify because if you're not correct or you're not the right person, it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? But see, these Democrats, they just go with the media. They believe what they're telling them is the truth and they get swindled. And I used to be that way. I used to be like, oh yeah, that's what the media said. And then you start seeing them like take clips of Trump and you're like, well, they just took a segment of that. They didn't even take the real clip, but it is what it is. I'm gonna go and get up off this thing. They have an absolute galaxy grade eternal hatred for him, and it literally blinds them from anything other than information given to them. Yeah, that's it. It's literally like a sickness, man. It should be studied. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off this thing, man. It's 11, almost 11:30. I gotta get myself to bed. I do gotta work tomorrow, so I gotta do quite a few things tomorrow, man. But Glad you was able to come on to the show today, man. I appreciate you, sir. Just a quick little show. And we'll go ahead and get up out of here. Oh, come on. What's going on? Hold on, let me go back here. I don't know why I didn't do the explode. Gotta check my software. And like I say after every video, this is chess, not checkers. I'm gonna see y'all at work.
It's gonna be a cold summer. I'm about to get comfortable. We don't consistently do what we do. Talking is talk, walking is walk. I'm about to get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable. Oh, they don't like that. Oh, because I'm here and they ain't going nowhere. I'm about to get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable. We don't consistently do what we do. Talking is talk, walking is walk. I'm about to get comfortable. I'm about to get comfortable. Oh, they don't like that. Oh, because I'm here and they ain't going.
The question for me is, can I play without cheating this game? The day I can't give the game everything on the floor is the day I'll be done. Lucky for you guys, that day is not today.